The flow is back, I spoke it's facts, no holding back. I'm dope, I'm crack, I am the best, and you know the rest is cap. I'll blow the back out your bitch, your hoe is whack. You the type of guy to throw $1 at her. I'm the type to fucking pop my collar at her. They say she belongs to the streets, but you too pussy to go in the streets and holler at her. Internet niggas be mean as shit. They be typing all the hate behind the screens and shit. Talk tough, picture that like a meme, but when I see them in the street, they be like, man, I ain't mean that shit. Okay. You tryna be known, nigga. I'm tryna be left alone, nigga. Ain't tryna be online with you talking about nothing and wasting time. I'm a grown nigga. They take my kindness for weakness, always I gotta speak this realness. See, I'm a genius, nigga, I never sneak this. I'm just leaving them speechless, cause these niggas is fake. I'm spitting truth, they gotta eat this. Let's go! I've always been gorgeous. Your girl always adored this. They say you're nobody's perfect. Call me a nobody because I'm flawless. I'ma keep spitting, man, fuck a chorus. Can't give up my heart, it's locked in storage. I grew up on Aki and Sawfish. New York nigga ain't never been to Secaucus. You talk shit, I talk more shit. Miss me with the horse shit. All these bitches on horse shit. Y'all trying to ignore it. Your swagger is Norbit. Y'all niggas my sons. That's why you support abortion. Y'all niggas be courting bitches. They just do what I said. You gave her your bread, she gave me your bread. She ain't pay your bills, she paid me instead. She ain't suck your dick, she gave me your head. You know how you could tell that I'm winning? Cause haters don't hate losers, they love how I'm living. This open shit got you thinking that you could grope my chick, but niggas ain't got enough game to fuck with my women. Listen, I fuck your bitch right in front your kids. I'ma suck my dick while she drunk with my kids, and I touch her tits, and I'll choke that whore while she's on the floor and she begs for more. Pick up your bitch, then I'll make you watch while I smash her box, and she grabs my cock, put it down her throat, and she starts to choke, and you stare in shock, and you hope it stops cause it makes you sick, and you can't take it, but she can't take dick cause I make her hot. I'm so disrespectful cause they ain't show respect when they know respect's due. I'm so disrespectful, cause they ain't show respect when they know respect's due. I'm so disrespectful, cause they ain't show respect when they know respect's due. I'm so disrespectful. Show respect, motherfucker.
Hey, what up? What's poppin'? What's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario. You bad boy, Shout out to everybody in the motherfucking chat. What's going on, people? Who we got up in here? Shout outs to my girl April MC in the motherfucking building. Shout outs to all of Femi Oaktown's finest. Arash. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Zulu Hunk. Unique 79 in the motherfucking building. Shout outs to Goldie. Prince Tata. Shout out to Joe Blast in the motherfucking building. Shout out to The Truth is the Truth. Shout out to Kevin Vibin. Shout out to, who else we have? Moby Dick in the building. Pause. Shout out to Kev. What up, man? Sean was good. Sean Light, what up? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We about to go in today. So guys, remember, make sure, remember, I gotta get this this thing popping so you guys can see. Hold on. Make sure that you guys go and get tickets to the Game Kings 2 seminar, definition of a man. Go and get that shit cracking ASAP. Make sure you also get up on the masculineidentitymembership.com. Make sure you also get on the badboymembership.com, because remember, guys, the price is going up at the end of the month. So I want you guys to make sure that you are on it and getting shit cracking. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody. So today's show, guys, and April put the she put the joints, she put the link in the chat. You feel what I'm saying? And we're gonna get that shit cracking. Y'all saying the mic is too low. I don't know what's wrong with this mic. This mic is acting funny style today. So, but y'all can hear me though. Can you hear me? Y'all can hear me. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let me know if y'all can hear me so we can get this game. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So today, guys, we're gonna be talking about, how most men are a woman's plaything. Okay. Most men are a woman's plaything. And see, what's gonna happen is that a lot of guys don't even realize that they're a woman's plaything. They don't realize that women are going to be using them in order to get what she wants, but not necessarily to give him what he wants, right? And so a lot of guys, they don't even realize that they're a woman's plaything. You understand what I'm saying? They don't realize that a woman is going to be using them, right? For attention, for time, for money, right? To boost her ego. All these things are going to happen. And see, these happen to guys who don't have any game. It happens to guys who don't realize that women don't like them. See, and this is the key part about this whole shit. Men actually like being used. Let me tell you what it is. A lot of guys actually like being used. You understand? They want to be used, right? And the reason why guys like to be used is because when you're in a situation where you're not getting any type of attention from a woman, when you're in a situation where you're having a hard time dealing with chicks, when you're in a situation where women aren't really feeling you, what's going to happen is that you're thirsty for feminine energy. You're thirsty for female attention. And so what happens is that because you want female attention, you don't actually mind being used because you still have the hopes that you're going to get what you want. So if you're in a situation where you actually want to hook up with a girl, you're sexually attracted to her, you want to have sex with her, and you're thinking, I really want to fuck this girl. Oh man, I want the pussy so bad. I want it so bad. But what's going to happen is that she knows you want it bad, but she knows that she will never give it to you because she's not sexually attracted to you. But you are in the hopes that you're going to get it. And this is how you get used. But then this is how men also like to be used, because the hope is keeping them in the situation, keeping them in the interaction. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is that you're going to get used and you're going to be her plaything. See, when you're a woman's plaything, what she's doing is that she's keeping you in a certain position, in a certain place. And she knows that you can be her plaything based off of how you interact with her and how you deal with her, right? So if you're the type of guy, right, who is, for example, right, and check this out. When I say plaything, I'm not talking about plaything in a sense of a sexual thing. I'm talking about plaything in the sense of her using you. What up, AT? What's popping? I'm talking about her using you for everything besides sex. So she's using you for money to pay her bills, to buy her shit, to take her out. She's using you for attention, to basically get a shoulder to cry on, to tell you her problems, to tell you her day, right? She's using you for this, right? And so you're her plaything because you allow her to be your plaything, her plaything. So, and this happens a lot in the beginning. You feel what I'm saying? This happens a lot in the beginning. Guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat. And if you want to call in, the call-in number is 646-481-3901. That is the number. So if you guys want to call up, you guys can call up. So Russell said, what if a woman just uses you for dick and calls that a plaything? Is that cool? Now, this is what I'm saying. When I'm talking about you being her plaything, I'm talking about non-sexual shit, right? And what I mean is that you being her plaything is she's playing around with you and you're not getting anything really in return. So you think you're going to get something in return. That's the hope, but you're not getting anything in return. And so a lot of guys are a woman's plaything because a lot of guys don't have game. And since a lot of guys don't have game, they don't realize they're getting played. You understand? So if you don't have game, you're not going to realize you're getting played. And so you're going to get played and she's going to use you and you're going to be her plaything. And so what happens is that because a woman has a hard time in general getting non-sexual attention, shout out to ARC, he always talks about this, because she has a hard time getting non-sexual attention, from a man, she will try to take it from you in exchange for the hopes that you're going to get some pussy. You understand? So a lot of dudes, because they don't have no game, they don't realize that they're the plaything. And what's going to happen is that these are the type of guys who are on the internet complaining. These are the type of guys who basically go overseas to get women. These are the type of guys who have all these acronyms like MGTOW and SYSBM and all this other bullshit and, you know, complain about women all over the internet. These are the guys. So what you have to understand is that these guys, they have experience being a woman's plaything. And you know how she knows that she can play around with you? It's because from the beginning, she was able to get you to follow her lead. You understand? In the beginning, right? She basically got you to do certain things that you probably didn't want to do. She was able to manipulate you. You see what I'm saying? She was able to manipulate you. So what happens is that because she knows that she can manipulate you, right? Is that she realizes she can play you. See, a woman can only play a guy that she can manipulate. If she can't manipulate you, she can't play you, and therefore you can't be her plaything. Well, let me show you how she can manipulate you. So what happens is, let's say you talk to this chick and you trying to get her out to go on a date with you. Like, hey, come and get some drinks with me. And then she says, you know, I'm not really the type that likes to drink, but I'll go to dinner instead, right? And then so you switch up drinks to dinner. So now she sees that you're willing to switch up for her. And then therefore, that is the beginning of her realizing that you are her new plaything. See, women don't question men they're really interested in. And when I say question, what I mean is they don't really say, oh, well, what about this? And can we do this? And I don't know, but maybe we should, like, they don't try to impose their demands and give resistance to guys they're really feeling. It don't work that way. When she's doing that, it's because she's not really that interested in you. And because she's not that interested in you, you are the prime candidate to be the plaything. See, this is what dudes don't get. This is what you guys don't get. So what happens is that you become her plaything because she sees that you are not aware of what needs to be done. So she says, oh, wait a second. He allowed me to just switch the date up. He allowed me to just tell him what to do. He allowed me to make these decisions and he just followed. Oh, he's listen, I've seen this guy a million fucking times. I've seen this type of guy a million fucking times. I know what category to put him in. Just like you guys want to put girls in categories. Okay, she's a jump off. She seems like she would be wifey. This girl right here is this. Women do the same thing for guys. Women do the same thing for men. So women know, okay, this guy is doing this, so therefore I can take advantage of him. Therefore I can play him. It's that simple. You understand? Shout out to my dude K-Zag and 20 in the building. He said, passport bros by default are automatically following a woman's lead because they fly out to where the women are at. They are dealing with women on a woman's terms. That's super facts. And on Monday, I'm going to be responding to that video that O'Shea Duke Jackson did. I'm going to be responding to that video where he said that, he did a video that just came out today, I think it was, where he was saying that, guys don't really need game like that if they're in the Dominican Republic or some other crazy shit. which is ironic that he says that because he has a lot of videos where he is showing a bunch of passport bros fucking up. But you know, whatever. But this is a fact. See, a lot of guys don't realize that they are the plaything because women trick these guys into thinking that is something else. So the guy's trying to deal with the girl. He's trying to hook up with her. She says, you know, well, I'm not the type of girl you got to get to know me. Because he's an idiot and doesn't have any game, he believes her. So then he says, okay, I'm a fucking, do this shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to do this shit. I know this mic sucks, guys. I gotta get a new one, but this, we just dealing with this for right now. But let's see who we got on the line. 412, what's popping?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Carter? It's AT calling, man. What's going on?
AT, what's good, bro? What's popping with you, man?
All right. Chilling. Definitely donated, of course.
All right. What's up? So what's going on?
Seeing the topic of the show, man, and I swear it's like, at times when you do these shows, it's apropos about things that just going on in my life, especially with dealing with ladies and dating and whatnot, because I had, 2 instances in the last 2 weeks where ladies, where met online, exchanged numbers, setting up the date, right. And I suggested place, time, and they both come back, well, like, oh, well, what about this time? That would work better for me. Or, that place is cool, but what about this place? This will be even better.
Right.
And it was just like, if you're, and I've always thought, where you said that, like, if it's, if they're trying to dictate terms like that and not feeling you like that. And I'm just like, no, I like this place and this time works for me. And then all of a sudden, they get flaky like the next day. Oh, I'm not sure, I can't make it. Or, maybe we could pick something better. We can work on it. I just said, okay, cool. But, never got back to them. They never got back to me. So it just proved, obviously, they weren't feeling me that much, which is fine. But it goes into what you were saying.
Right. Because you got to understand, see, what a lot of guys don't get is just like how we, for example, let's say us men on a regular day, right? We don't run into women generally that we think are like dimes, like the baddest chicks ever. You might see a chick you think is a dime every once in a blue moon, or even a chick that you think is like your type every once in a blue moon, right? So, but the difference between men and women is we'll see other women who, we find okay looking or aight, but we'll still fuck them. You understand? So we'll fuck a bunch of aight chicks, but we want like our type or the girl we would consider the dime or the best type of girl. What it is, right? Women, on the other hand, what happens is the same way when we see a lot of guys, a lot of women that are aight, they also see a lot of guys they think are aight, right? But what they do is they're not going to fuck all of the guys they think are okay, right? So therefore, what do I do with all these guys I think are okay? I'm going to use them for what I want, and then I'm going to discard them when I find something that I deem better or I find what I really want. The same way where guys will use women that are okay for sex, we'll just use them for sex, and then we take seriously the girl we really want. So women will use guys they're not really feeling, right? Discard those guys when they find the guy they really want. So this is why, as a man, you have to be careful and not waste time with women who see you as aight or see you as okay. And the signs that they do are they are resistant, they're combative, they don't listen to your directions, they tell you we got to wait to have sex, they say we got to take it slow, they say let's go to dinner instead of what you're saying to do. So those are the women that aren't really, really feeling you. And that's the thing that happens is that guys who are naive, they fall into that situation of the women that aren't really feeling them. And then they get upset and they don't realize that they're the woman's plaything. Just like how a woman might actually want you to be her man, but you just fucking her. You don't want nothing more than sex, right? And even you could say this to the girl, listen, this is just casual. But she has the hopes that you're gonna wife her. But you know in your mind, you're never gonna wife this girl. There's certain girls you know it's never going to happen, right? And women are the same way. There's certain guys they know it's never going to happen. And then so guys who are naive don't realize they're the guys in the it's never going to happen category. It's crazy.
Right. And then speaking of what you just said, because I had a situation, last Sunday where, I met a woman online. We made plans, to meet up on this day, this time, and she was cool with everything. We met up, like had a drink, just getting to know each other, getting a feel for one another. Because now I like to go out and meet somebody out instead of just inviting them to the crib, just because I want to get a feel for them first, because you never know what kind of person they are. Nothing crazy, just like a drink or two. So everything was cool with that. Then we made plans to meet up for this weekend. So then when I confirmed with her, she was like, "Oh, I need a rain check. I just need a day for myself." And I was just like, obviously she must not be feeling me that much. So it was just like, okay, hey, you got my number, hit me up whenever. So when you have something like that happen where everything seems to go cool the first time, but then next time, you make plans, they say they're cool with it, then they back out. Is that still the same thing where they're really not feeling you, like you said?
Yeah, that's the thing. See, a woman talking about, oh, I need a rain check, I'm tired.
Right.
Any excuse is bullshit, unless like she really has to be like dying. And then if she's dying, she'll be like, listen, I'm about to die, but I'm gonna come back to life as a ghost next week and I want to see you. You see what I'm saying? Like she, like it, if she actually really, really wants to fuck with you, all of that extra, like, it's funny because, see, I always try to tell guys this, is that, it's the desire versus the fear thing, or it's the choosing this over that. So basically what she's saying is, I'd rather stay home and chill or do anything else, whatever the hell that other thing is, besides seeing you. It's literally, that's what she's saying. And so when a woman wants it, women go get it. See, the thing is, though, is that a lot of times we get so confused because we sometimes see more of women like being wishy-washy and playing games than we see women who show high interest. So then, yes. So then we start to think, okay, well, maybe it's normal. Maybe women kind of do need more time. Maybe women do need to be more comfortable. Maybe women do need to think about this. And no. It's just that we're so consumed with that. And also because we indulge in it, because if that's happening more often, right, we would rather indulge in it a lot of times because we want feminine energy. And so because you want feminine energy, you're going to indulge in that mediocre interaction with that woman who has medium or low interest in you. And then what happens is that there are times where you break through because you've been sort of like wearing her down, and then you got something going. You see what I mean? And then so that becomes your normal. But the thing is, you have to say no to all that shit. When the chick is like, oh, can we go here instead? Nope, we're done. Oh, but can we get a rain check? Nope, we can't. You understand? You have to start saying no to all those things. Like, I'm not going to be the guy that you kind of maybe sort of. I got to be the dude who you drop everything for, you find a way, you figure it out, and you come see me. That's it. If it's not that, I ain't fucking with you. And that has to be the normal.
Right. And I mean, I've had enough, obviously high interest women, like you said, where they're at the moment second, hey, let's meet up at this time. You call them late, you're willing to do that. So, I'm less likely to put up with, like you say, medium or low interest.
Right.
But in situations where you talked about where it's not, where the girl says, oh, let's change this, let's do that, you say no. I know you've always also talked about, telling a girl, this is what we're doing. If you're not with it, you got my number. Hit me up when you're ready to hook up. Or do you, like you just said, say no to all of that and it's over with?
Right. Because the thing is this, you could say no to all of it and call it a day. Or like you saying just now, you can say, nah, I'm not really with that. But if you change your mind though,
right,
then we can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's really that simple. So all it is that it's just reinforcing that what needs to happen is what was supposed to happen in the first place. So you're basically telling her there's nothing you can do to change this situation. Either you're going to get with it or you're not going to fuck with me. And that's it. And so she can choose to not fuck with you or get with it. Those are her only two options. But the problem is most guys are scared to do that because most guys are scared to let a woman go. And so what I'm telling these guys is let her go. You have to get used to letting her go, because if you don't let women go, you are going to be their plaything. And the hope that you're going to get the pussy is the thing that continues to get you to be the plaything. That's what they're banking on. They're banking on you folding. Because remember, see, this is the thing. Think about it this way, right? When a woman really likes a guy, when a woman who's really, really feeling you, what she fears is you not feeling her, right? So if she fears you not feeling her, what is she going to do? She's going to cooperate because she wants you to like her. Now, when a woman really doesn't care about if you like her or not, that's when she's going to give you the resistance and all the other stuff. But she's doing that because if you stop fucking with her, she don't give a fuck because she doesn't have a fear of losing you. But she says, this guy I can use or utilize for something else. So I can utilize him for this, or I can let him go. I don't give a fuck either way. Right? So, but the thing is, if you get utilized and she's using you, that means she's getting what she wants in with using you, but you're not getting what you want. So then you just become her toy. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem with a lot of guys is a woman who is really feeling you, she's not going to give you resistance, because if she is feeling you and she does give you resistance, she knows that means that you might stop fucking with her.
Right.
And she doesn't want that. But if she is giving you resistance, all that's saying is that there's a chance you might stop fucking with her, which means she don't like you that much. Because if she liked you that much, she wouldn't risk doing that because you would get rid of her. It's that simple. It's really that simple.
Oh, right. And then I just got one quick question that I'll jump off because I'm sure other guys want to get on. Since I do a lot of, with online dating or whatnot,
right?
Is it better? I always, for me, I guess, let women know, hey, I'm only looking for casual, nothing serious and whatnot, because I don't want to waste time even meeting up with somebody if that's not what they're looking for or interested in. Right. So is it better to say that beforehand, before you even meet, so you're not wasting time, or do you feel it's better to mention that maybe if you're meeting up for a drink or something like that in person?
Well, I say this. Well, one, on your dating bio, does it have any?
Yes.
It has sexual stuff. Like it has something that says something about being sexual.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Cool. Now, so the next thing you should do is in your message, right? And I'm giving y'all on here some game that's on the Bad Boy membership, but this is the thing. I'll fuck it. I'm gonna give y'all some free game. Fuck it. We about to get some free game in this bitch. Let's go. We about to get some free game, but this is the thing, right? So what's good is you have in your bio something that is colorful that talks about sex, right? So what happens is this. Let me see if I could pull up my shit and put it in the. Hold on. Let me see if I could do this. I want to see if I could pull up my joint. I'm gonna send it to my computer real quick, so I could show this real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I could do this real quick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my joint on the screen so you guys can see what I write on my profile. All right, just so y'all can see it real quick. Hold on, let me upload this really quick. Give me 2 seconds. I want to show you guys. See, I'm giving y'all some free ass game right here. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Right?
Hey, we appreciate it, man.
Right, I'm gonna show y'all guys real quick, just so that y'all get an idea. Let me upload this real quick. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Delete that and upload this. All right, give me a second, guys. I just want to show you guys what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff, right? Let me get the picture so I can get the shit real quick. I got too much shit on my fucking computer. All right, here we go. Where's the shit? All right, here we go. Let me upload this. All right, now I'm about to put this on the screen. So I'm gonna show y'all a screenshot of my bio on Tinder, right? So some of y'all probably seen this before, but I'm gonna show it again. So this is the bio on Tinder, right? This is my bio on Tinder, right? So I'm gonna read it to y'all real quick. So it says author, speaker, filmmaker, entrepreneur. I don't even know if I spell entrepreneur right. Maybe it is. I don't know. It says I live a non-monogamous lifestyle, looking for a woman to exchange orgasms with on a consistent basis. I dare you to swipe right. I promise you'll fall in love with me and I put my height, 5'11", right? So for you guys out there, if you want casual, you can mention casual sex, but don't just say I want to hook up, or don't just say I want casual sex. It has to be colorful, meaning you have to paint a picture of what sex will be like with you. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right.
Right.
So I'm just using that as an example so you guys can sort of just see that. You feel what I'm saying? Now, what you do also is that when you're talking to the chick, right? Or when you send a message, what you can do is in the message, you say, hey, let's get together Friday to get a drink. And if you play your cards right, I'll take you back to my place and get you naked. Or, hey, if things go well, I'll take you back to my place. So you're adding both of those things in. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why you're saying that is because you want her to say yes or confirm to both those statements and situations. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just saying, hey, let's go out for a drink. You're saying, let's go out for a drink, and I also want this other thing to happen. So that's already put into the entire situation. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you say that. So for example, it'd be like, hey, you free Friday? Are you free Friday? She'd be like, oh yeah. Be like, okay, cool. Meet me at this spot, at this place, at this time for a drink. And if you play your cards right, you come back to my place and we'll get a poppin'. How does that sound? And then she's like, oh yeah, that's good. Definitely. I'll see you there. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing that you got to understand is that the more concise you make it to where that's already a thing she's agreeing to. Because remember, the fact that it's on your profile and she's messaging you, she's essentially messaging you knowing that's on your profile, right? So then when you add that into the situation, it goes with whatever you were saying in the profile. Do you see what I mean?
Okay. Right. Okay.
Right. So it all comes together. So it's almost like, you're saying, look, this you already you see my pictures, you see what I say on my bio, and what I'm saying in the messages correlate with everything that's in the pictures and the bio. So now you agreeing to see me is you agreeing to this. Now, of course, anything can happen where she could come through. She could be like, oh, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. But it's more likely that she is coming through for that because she's been prepared for that because it's been mentioned twice already.
Okay, I can see that because I've had where girls messaging me go back and forth, hey, let's meet up for a drink, and they mentioned them when we're out when I'm just like, yeah, so you trying to come back to my place, so I can strip you naked and get, strip you down and get you naked. They're like, oh, I wasn't looking for that. I'm like, it was in my bio looking for casual. And they'll be like, I didn't even read it.
Right, exactly. And the thing is, sometimes they do read it, but they playing dumb. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now in the message, it's almost like you don't even want to meet them until they agree to both.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, hey, listen, are you free to get together and get a drink? And then, if things go well, come back to my place. Then you see how she responds to that. And sometimes what will happen is that a woman, what she'll do is that she might respond and say, well, I'm down for a drink, but I'm not actually down to go back to your place. Oh, no, that's perfect. That's fine. Well, listen, whenever you're down for that drink and to come to my place, hit me up and we'll make it happen. That's it. You see what I'm saying? So now you don't waste time. Now, is there a point where you could actually go out with her and then she changes her mind and then she comes back?
Yeah, I've had that happen, several times too, where it was like, I said that, and like, I'm not sure about that on the first date, but I'm like, well, let's just go out and meet and see what happens. And then sure enough, that night, we're talking after drinks and I'm just like, you want to come back to my crib? And they're like, yeah. And because they already knew I said it, they were cool with it.
Right. So that could also happen too. The only drawback to that is you're also dealing with a woman who's kind of wishy-washy too. That's the because that's the only drawback of it. Because this is the thing. Whenever, and this is what I want you guys to understand when it comes to casual sex, right? With casual sex, there's a lot of things that go into, there's a lot of factors that go into this, right? One, you and her are both dealing with complete strangers. You're a complete stranger to her. She's a complete stranger to you, right? Also, what happens is that even though she may have the desire to do it, you understand what I'm saying? And of course you have the desire to do it. That's why you're trying to make it happen. If there's really hesitation in that, usually that's a bad sign, because hesitation from her and then her still following through, in some cases, could be her feeling some type of way after the fact, which is what you don't want to happen.
Felt like she was pressured or
yes,
something. Yes,
exactly. You see what I'm saying? So this is why a lot of times you're looking for a woman who are showing consistent cooperation. So if I tell her, hey, listen, yeah, let's go get a drink, and then, after that, I want to take you back to my place and get some popping, right? And I would want, if she's like, oh yeah, that sounds great. And then she comes to the bar, we drink, everything is cool. And I'm like, yeah, let's get out of here. And she's like, yeah, let's go. And then we get back to my place. We're chilling. We're talking a little bit. We start doing what we do, and everything is flowing smoothly. That is the best course of action. But what happens is that if you get into a situation where the girl is kind of like, oh, well, yeah, I'm not really trying to do that. And then you invite her out, y'all still kick it. And then 1 minute she's kissing you, next minute she's like, oh, we're not, I don't know if I want to do that. And then she changes her mind. And then y'all go, it's like, it's too much wishy-washy shit, because what happens is because she's a complete stranger, you don't really know how she's going to react after the fact.
right.
You see what I'm saying? So you got, so that's why I always tell guys, tread with caution. You see what I'm saying? And even, and then after every situation with a girl that you just had sex with, always text her the next day or that night after the situation, so that you can get a text from her confirming that she had a good time, so that you have record that it wasn't no funny business. You see what I'm saying? So I'll always do that shit.
Yeah, I heard you say that, and I've done that, pretty much every time after, because at least getting that text back like, I enjoyed you tonight, and making sure they say the same thing, so that way I can be like, you can't say this was some funny business.
Exactly right. So that's the type of shit you got to think about. But this is why 100% cooperation is always the best, because usually those women you're not going to have problems with. The women you really usually have problems with are the ones who are inconsistent and the ones who are wishy-washy. That's why a lot of times when you hear guys with the false accusations, it's usually because they were dealing with women who were wishy-washy. That's why a lot of for example, like pickup artist guys, they love to tread in the wishy-washy sector of dealing with women. That's what they're like, oh, but bro, you got to game her more, bro. You got to, all that last minute resistance, bro. You got to do this and do that. So they're dealing with a girl who's wishy-washy from the jump. They finally wear her down, and then all of a sudden it might be a problem later. So I don't want you guys to be in that type of situation.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, man, I definitely appreciate, hey, the free game you gave all of us, man, and the information as always, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, brother. I'm going to holler at you, man.
All right.
All right, peace. All right, let me try
Definitely appreciate it.
619.
Hey, what's going on?
What up, bro? What's poppin'? Who this?
Yeah, this is Jay, and yes, I donated.
All right, that's what's up. What's going on with you?
First things first, I just gotta say, man, y'all have been hitting topics that relate to me so fucking much, especially, and with this show,
That's what's up. We tried.
Let me get to my question. How can I learn lessons, especially from the game, without being emotional?
Well, one of the things is you got to stop taking shit personally. You know what I'm saying? That's the number one thing, which means you gotta get out of your ego, bro. That's the problem. See, the main thing that holds men back in the game is their ego. That's why guys are scared to approach women. It's all ego. Oh, I don't want her to reject me. Why? Because I might feel embarrassed. People are looking at me. So, but she's gonna, say this or I'm gonna feel a certain way. That's all ego, right? So what happens is, in order to learn the lesson, you have to set your ego aside and see what's actually happening, and notice patterns, right? I talk about that with a lot of my clients, where I talk about patterns. The guys who are more advanced in the game, what they do is that they recognize patterns. When you recognize patterns, you start to learn more about dealing with women in certain situations that are going to show you what is actually happening. So for example, the reason why guys who pull girls easily know how to pull girls easily is because they understand patterns, meaning that they know, oh, every time I do this, I usually get this response. And when I get this response, that usually means this. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm talking to a girl and I'm flirting with her and I'm being very sexual, and then I notice that she's giggling and playing with her hair and she's like, like all up in my face, that's usually a sign that she's interested in me sexually. So if I see that on a number of different girls, I know the next time I see that on the next girl, it usually means the same thing, right? But if I'm all in my ego, what's going to happen is that I'm going to miss the lesson, and then I'm not going to be able to learn from it. You see what I'm saying? And so when you're so emotional, what's going to happen is that you're going to be in a situation where a girl is feeling you, but because you're so in your emotion and you're feeling her too, and you're really like her, you're going to miss the reason why she was feeling you. You're going to miss what you did in order to get to the situation. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying, where you got to actually take yourself like out of your ego and just pay attention to what's happening in all situations, all circumstances. You see what I'm saying?
Right. If I may share something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, this topic, I believe another topic y'all said a few days ago related to me. Throughout my whole dating life, even my ex-girlfriend, this is high school, but even my ex-girlfriend, I was a plaything. I was the guy who waited. I was the guy who took excuses. I was the guy who you could say something. I'm still the guy. I'm on the bad boy membership and the masculine identity membership, so I can learn how to get this out of my system.
Right.
But I am the guy who you could say something to me, and I'll be I would go with one way, and because of what someone said, not like an insult, but like because of how they see the world, it would have me in deep thought.
Right.
So where maybe I am wrong, or maybe, no, maybe she's right, so I should do this. And I would, long story short, I've talked to you about this person before. I even emailed you about this person before. You probably know who I am. If you don't, it's cool. But this was like the biggest epiphany I had with said person, with my dating life in general, because I just realized that I'm weak, and I'm not proud to say that, but it's like I know that realizing that is going to help me. It's going to help me move forward instead of just being ignorant.
Well, and so, but, what makes you think you're weak?
Well, the things I just mentioned, and then on top of that, Mr. Cario, I just don't fucking know, honestly.
Well,
I don't know myself. I don't really know myself.
Right. Well, this is the thing, though. This is the thing. So what happens is this, right? And I talk about this a lot in my coaching session with certain guys, but I'm just giving y'all some free game today. Fuck it. So this is the thing, right?
Appreciate it.
What makes you weak is not being sure or grounded in what you know and what you believe, right? And so what I mean is this, right? And not even in what you believe, because what I'm talking about really what you know. And what I mean is this, right? Is that I'll give you a perfect example. You know why a lot of these guys on the internet believe a bunch of bullshit that the red pill says? The reason why they believe a bunch of bullshit that the red pill says is because they're weak. And what I mean by that is this. They haven't been living real life, so they don't have certain experiences. So what they do is that they just take what a person on the internet says, and then they take it in, and then that's their truth. But that's their truth because they're weak, meaning that they never was critically thinking about the situation. They never questioned the information. They just took it in and they were brainwashed by the information. Even with myself, I tell guys, listen, don't just listen to what I say. Take what I say and fucking critique that shit, carve that shit, look at that shit and say, does this make sense? Is this actually real? How does this apply to me? How do I find out what is going on? Now, if you actually go out in real life, you'll start to recognize what the fuck I'm saying. This is why I always tell guys. So, for example, a lot of guys, I'll give you a perfect example. When guys say, well, a woman can't pair bond if she had a bunch of sex partners. That's a bunch of horse shit. But the reason why a lot of guys believe that is because they're weak. And and what makes them weak is because they just took that on without actually, in real life, seeing if that's true. You understand what I'm saying? So now what happens is that what makes you weak is the fact that you have no strong stance on anything. And you have no strong stance on anything because you don't really know anything, meaning that you don't have any knowledge or experience because you're not actually being out there to have the knowledge and experience to know what you know, right? And so what happens is when you know what you know, no one can tell you anything about what you know because you already know it, right? So, for example, a person can't tell me shit about having a long-term, successful, non-monogamous relationship. Why? Because I have it. Because I know how to do it. Because I've been doing it for years. You understand what I'm saying? No one can tell me about a woman's body count and how she could pair bond because I've been with plenty of women who can bond great with me because I've done it and I know it, right? So with that being said is this. When you know it and you understand it and you recognize it, right? And you understand yourself in all these situations, that's what gives you strength. Understanding yourself, and understand yourself is always changing. You're always evolving. You're always gonna, you're not gonna be the same person you are today 10 years from now, right? But what happens is that in each moment you understand yourself and you stand on your shit, and then you only take in information or believe something or stand by something once you've put it through that filter of yourself. Meaning, I'm not just going to take what you said and make that what it is, because this is how people are able to manipulate weak people. If I know you're weak, all I'm going to do is impose my ideas on you, and you're going to take it because you don't actually believe in yourself. You don't critically think. You don't actually look at yourself as a man. So then you're going to take whatever I say. I could basically brainwash you. I can get you to do what I want you to do. I can get you to fucking go against your better judgment. I could do all that shit. And the reason why is because you would have constant doubt in yourself. The constant doubt in yourself is the thing that makes you just take on what somebody you see as confident tells you. Right? But if you're actually confident in yourself, you don't just take what people say, right? You say, hold on. Okay, let me hear what you got to say. Let me see what you're doing. Let me hear your suggestions. Let me see what you're about. And then I will decide whether or not I'm going to take this on, think about it, deal with you, whatever. That's a strong person. A weak person just lets someone impose their shit on them. You understand? Mm-hmm. And so this is why what I'm saying, where you have so many guys on the internet that are weak because all they're doing is listening to people imposing something on them versus them taking what it is and then seeing if it works for them. You understand what I'm saying? That's the thing. This is why when I talk about a woman being cooperative, see, a woman actually being cooperative with a man, like an actual confident woman being cooperative with a man, right? That's because what happens is that the man is not controlling her. The man is not fucking making her do something. She's making a decision based off her own free will to follow that man. This is why I said I don't control women. Because what happens is right. that the strong you control chick, your situation. Right, exactly. The strong chick is the one who's going to follow a man's lead where she sees that following his lead is going to benefit her. Whereas you have the weak women who are trying to find weak men to control. And this is why you become her plaything. Because just like the YouTuber is telling you shit and you're following the YouTuber, you're also going to follow the weak woman who's going to try to get you to do what she wants you to do. And you're going to do it because you're weak. You see how that works? So it's easy to manipulate you because she sees you as weak already, because you told her, let's go get drinks. And she said, no, look, take me to dinner, nigga. And you did it. So she could easily get you to do what she wants just like that. But the reason why she can easily get you to do what she wants just like that is because you're weak. That's how it works. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it is. You got to be strong in your own beliefs and your own standards and have some knowledge about you. And that's the thing that's going to make you to be able to lead a woman. That's the thing that's going to make it be to where you can lead yourself in situations.
So because I'm questioning myself, she can't I'm probably getting this wrong, but because I'm questioning myself, she can't question me.
No. Because you're questioning yourself, she can take advantage of you. That's what I'm saying. Not only her, other people. So that's what I'm saying. Because when you question yourself,
because I'm not firm in myself.
Exactly.
That's how she.
Right. So when you're questioning yourself, you're doubting yourself. If there's doubt in you, that means that there's something you're not sure about. And because you're not sure, right? Then it's easy for me to influence you or to control you, because you're looking for reassurance in me or the woman instead of within yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah. This is probably repeating a broken record. You probably said this already, but one thing that, I appreciate about you in particular is you give off the energy that you're focused. It's not necessarily that you don't care, but you're focused. And, man, I don't mean to take up much of your time, but like, how can I just be focused? Because, the whole reason for my question is, I'll be brief with this, but I dealt with this chick. I bit more than what I can chew, if that makes sense. I allowed her.
What happened? What happened? Tell me exactly what happened.
It's a lot, but I'll try to be brief. Instead of walking away, right? Instead of walking away when things, instead of walking away, instead of walking away, instead of, oh my goodness, instead of walking away, my bad, because I'm nervous. Instead of walking away, I allowed her to be in my life. When I didn't like a lot of things that were happening, like for example, her talking about other guys while she's in my house, her talking about other guys while we're supposed to be fucking, while we're her raising her voice at me, her coming into my place and just doing whatever she wants, and etc. And there's another thing I want to tell you too, but that's on the private tip. Instead of walking away in general, I allowed her to manipulate me by her tears, by her saying that I did her dirty,
right?
By her, I allowed this stuff to happen, and then for months, I allowed a lot of this crap to fester, right? Because you said the first 3 to 4 months you should be fucking. I waited, right? Because she said she wasn't comfortable with me.
Right.
I had these useless conversations with her, getting to know things I don't care about. The stuff that you say not to do, I did.
Right.
So here we are today.
What made you put up with that? Like, why'd you continue to deal with her?
So when I told her, and I don't condone this, but when I aired her out, when I yelled at her, because I had enough, so I just kicked her. I didn't kick her out, but like I was just like, I let her know about herself, and then she had some epiphany. Yes, can you ask your question again?
No, go ahead. What are you gonna say? No, I was saying.
No, can you ask your question
No, I
again?
was saying,
so
what made you stay with her? Like, what made you keep continuing
She
to
was
deal with her?
giving. She eventually gave me what I wanted, and I was
Which
just
was
like,
what?
okay, since I'm basically a virgin, I'm just gonna use her to smash, right? Just like get my experience up.
Okay.
It's not like a video game, but to get my experience up, and talk to some other women. But that, like, even that, like, yo, not no homo, but like I found myself even going soft while inside of her because I was like, I don't even feel you. Like I literally fell asleep when she like tossed me up.
Right. So this is the thing. So basically what happened was this, right? And this is what happened to a lot of people. See, and sometimes it takes a while to get to the point where you're
and real quick,
confident
Mr. Carr,
enough.
real quick.
Go ahead.
It's like that thing Miles says, like I would hate fucking her. Like I would literally like I would be upset while I'm like smashing her. Like what type of bullshit is that?
Right. Well, that's because you was hating yourself. That's why for dealing with that shit. So this is what I'm saying. What happens is it takes a while for people to fully love themselves in some situations because
right.
sometimes you have to go through shit to realize that you put yourself through some bullshit. You understand? Then once you realize you put yourself through some bullshit, then hopefully you say, okay, never again am I gonna put myself through that same bullshit that I was putting myself through. But the reason why you were putting yourself through the bullshit from the beginning was because you wanted that woman around, because you felt you probably needed that woman around in order to get the thing that you wanted to get, which was to lose your virginity, have sex, and all this other stuff, right? So you sacrificed your self-respect for all those things. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
And that's what makes you upset, is because deep down within yourself that you're disrespecting yourself in order to get this thing. And the reason why you're disrespecting yourself in order to get that thing is because you don't love yourself. That's what happens at those points. You see what I'm saying? And so all of that is connected. Even the weakness, that's where it's connected. So this is the thing where I'm talking about, where the more that you understand yourself, the more that you love yourself, the more that you see yourself as valuable, the less you're going to be doing those things. Right, exactly. The less you're going to tolerate that shit. You see what I'm saying? Because you're only going to want experiences and situations that serve you. And so what's going to happen is that if it don't serve you, you're not fucking with it, and you don't need it to serve you in order for you to feel good about yourself. Because a lot of this is tied into wanting all these external things so that you can feel good about yourself. But if you feel good about yourself, you don't need those things. So what happens is any person you're dealing with or any situation or circumstance you're in is just a bonus to the life that you already love. But if you don't love your life, or you don't love yourself, or you don't love what's going on, what you're doing is you're looking for those things to make you happy. So when you're with that girl and she's disrespecting you and she's playing you or she's acting funny style, you still deal with her because you feel you need her in order for you to feel like you love yourself. And that's why you put yourself through that shit. And that just makes you weaker and weaker and weaker. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So what happens is that a lot of these guys, this is why they put themselves through the stuff, even like these passport bro dudes. This is why they got to fly overseas and go and do all this other shit with these women, is because they don't love themselves. You understand? They got to go and do all this other extra shit, rationalize why shit is fucked up. Right. Yeah. They got to do all this shit because deep down, there's something going on within them, which is why they feel they need to do all this other extra shit, because they've created their identity around the women. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's crazy.
Quick question, and I know you got a lot of shit to do. Quick
question. Ahead, you good?
Yeah. So solution based, right? I talked to you about this before, but yeah, I'm in my somewhat mid-20s, but I'm having problems with the man downstairs. I am in the gym. I'm working out, I'm eating healthy and all that stuff. One of the reasons why, I haven't really, because I'm not necessarily shy, but one of the reasons why I would like not really approach women is because like I would just think, oh, it's probably just gonna happen again where I get with a chick and like we're literally about to do the shit. Fuck, there you go. And it doesn't happen, so I'll just have to like improvise. So like with that last chick, even though I didn't want to, I learned how to eat out pussy.
Oh shit! So bruh, so this is the thing. With that type of situation, if you have an erectile dysfunction, bro, it either could be like you might need to go to the doctor and get that checked out because okay, let me ask you this question. So how many chicks you fucked in your life?
-1.
-1. So that one chick was the only chick you fucked?
That's like the only chick that I like literally stuck my thing in. Yeah.
Okay, so then how do you know you're gonna have erectile dysfunction if you're not fucking any other girls?
Okay. So I've been in situations like this before, like with other women where like, because I'm a top fiend. I've been getting top since I was like 16. But like in terms of like actually like smashing, hasn't happened.
Oh, so you're saying when you
like
so you're saying when you would get head, you wouldn't be able to get hard. Is that what you're saying?
With some chicks, but like other like when it's time to like when it's like go time, when it's actually time to like actually like smash, then it wouldn't happen. And I know it's because of like my diet choices and combined with my overthinking and all that. That's the reason. I know that.
So
but,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
so wait, hold on. So do you masturbate?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so can you get it hard when you masturbate?
It's the short answer, yes.
Okay, so if you can get hard when you masturbate,
yeah.
Right? If you can get hard when you masturbate, then it's really just a psychological thing, probably. So meaning that when you're in the situation with the women, you're nervous, you're anxious, you're overthinking, and that causes your shit to go down. Because if it was a thing where you just couldn't get it up, you probably wouldn't be able to get it up by masturbating. You see what I'm saying?
It not saying you're wrong, but it was I believe it's a combination of my health, and then on top of that, yes, overthinking, and then another thing is because I would think about this chick disrespecting me.
So this is what I'm saying, bro. A lot of that is, in your situation, because see, if you would have said, hey, I try to beat off and I can't even get hard, then I'd be like, okay, you got a real issue, because but if you can get hard beating off, that means that you can get hard, which means that you're not getting
that's
hard.
Also true. That's also.
You said what?
Sorry, my bad. But that's also true too. I know, because I noticed from when I was like younger, back in high school, to like now, it's not even like the same no more. And I know that it's my health. It's a combination of what you're saying too, but I know it's my health as well, because that feeling that I had before is like way different from what I feel now.
So bro, get your health up, man. Get your health up. And I would still probably tell you, go find the doctor, see what's popping with it, and so you can get your shit back in order, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think that you got to get that shit handled, because the thing is that you don't want to keep being in situations and you get anxious or whatever it is, and then you keep this keeps happening because you feel some type of way, or you're anxious, or even like you said, it could be a diet or whatever it is. So I would say go to the doctor, get your shit checked out. I think it's really just your nerves and shit that's fucking with your shit. Because I've had them situations too where there were times where there was I remember there was a good stretch of time where there was women that I was fucking with and I couldn't get it up at all. You understand what I'm saying? Or it will be up and then it will like, as soon as I'm trying to stick it in, it'll be a fucking wrap. But the thing was, it was because of anxiety. And also it was because of some of the women that I was dealing with. I wasn't really feeling them like that also too. So that also happens too. And it could happen in those situations. but it wasn't nothing that was like medically wrong with me. You see what I'm saying? But it was really just that type of shit. So that's what I'm saying, where the fact that you can get hard is most likely it's just your nerve. So I would say try to fuck with other women. You know what I'm saying? And then if you realize the shit keeps happening, go to the doctor, get that shit checked out, and then you should be good. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna holler at you, man. All right. So guys, if you want to call up, 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? If you have a question, put a Q in the chats and we will get to your questions. You feel me? So this question says, how do you become that guy? So basically, I guess he's saying, how do you become the guy who, you know, is that attractive dude that women want to fuck with, right? Really simple. See, the way that you become that guy, right, is to be consistent with being authentic in these situations. That's it. Which means that you don't waver off what you want to do. So that means I don't care how bad she is. If she's acting funny style, charge her to the game. I don't care how bad she is. If you tell her to meet you at 6 at the bar and she's talking about let's go to dinner, charge her to the game. That means if you're in a situation where you see a girl and you're attracted to her and you want to go and talk to her, go talk to her. Stop hesitating. That means if you're having a conversation with a woman and you are being flirtatious because you're attracted to her and you want to have sex with her, do that. Let the woman know that you're interested in fucking with her. It's just being consistently authentic. That's how you become that dude. You understand? It's really not complicated. See, the problem is a lot of guys don't trust themselves. When you don't trust yourself, that's when you're not able to be that authentic person that you really are. Well, let me see. Let's go to 702. 702, what's popping? Who's this?
Yo, Sweetco, can you hear me?
Yo, what's popping? Did you donate?
Yeah, I donated to House Cash.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, I had a question. I was checking out the Bad Boy membership last night, and I just had a question about something you said on one of the programs. You said chick is with her friends. Usually, you got to pull her out the spot because you don't want to get too sexual with her in front of her friends because she might not be receptive to it.
Right.
My thing is, would that be the same situation if it's like a group of strangers, or
Yep.
is that totally different?
Yep. So basically,
Okay,
you're right. So basically, what you got to understand is, if you're talking to a woman in public, right, and you're saying sexual things, what you need to happen is, or what you need for to happen is, y'all need to be in a private setting, meaning that there's no other people around that can hear what you're saying. Or if there's other people around, you got to say that shit in her ear so nobody can hear you, or you got to pull her away from the people. Because what happens is that check this out. Let's say I'm at a party, right? And I'm in a living room, like a house party or some shit, or get together, whatever. And I'm in a living room, and let's say I'm sitting on this couch right here, and there's two other people next to me here, and there's a bunch of people in front of me. Let's say there's a girl sitting right here next to me, and there's another girl next to her and another person right in front of us. And I say to that girl, yo, listen, you kind of cute. I was just thinking about fucking the shit out of you. Like, we should get together and go to that room downstairs and make it happen. Right? Even if she wants to fuck me, she doesn't want the people, the strangers or whoever's around, could be her friends, whatever. She doesn't want to see people. She doesn't want people to see her reacting to me just being straightforwardly sexual to her like that. And there's a few reasons why. One is because publicly, women don't like to be seen as sluts or whores, right? Because they have to put on their social face. Two, what happens is that if let's say if I'm in Times Square and I say to a girl, yo, come downstairs to this bathroom in this store and suck my dick. And she says, okay, cool. Yeah, let's go. When she finishes sucking my dick, she's going to come back upstairs and go outside. And there's a bunch of niggas that's going to be out there asking her to suck their dick.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So this is why.
No, okay, so it's best to pull her out the spot.
Right.
And handle it where it's just y'all two. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you got to understand that aspect of the game. You can't just be putting shit out on the front street. This is why I tell these goofy niggas that I don't be putting out receipts and all that stupid shit. Because a receipt basically is, yo, I smashed this woman. So if I said, yeah, yesterday I was out with this girl and I smashed her. Check out this picture, guys. And if you know her, you're gonna be like, oh, she fucking like that. Word. Let me go holler at her. What's her Instagram? Let me DM her. That's how it works. So that's why you got to keep shit on the low.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You don't want to be putting the business all out like that. No, that makes perfect sense. I have one more question for you, and I'm gonna get off.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said a long time ago, man. You said you was doing I know you got the seminar that y'all about to do right now coming up.
Right.
And then y'all got another one, right? Didn't you say you got another one coming to Vegas or something like that? Or
yeah, we got another one in August too. But you'll hear about that one later. We'll announce that as as we're getting that together. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna do another
all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man. I just wanted some clarity on that, Lacari. I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. All right, bro. Appreciate the call, man. I'm a holler. Peace.
All right, peace.
All right. So guys, call up. Be another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. So call the number 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901. So this says, what to do? I be direct with chicks online. I say I'm looking to hook up. She says, cool. I set up a drink date for the first meet, but she comes on the date just for attention, knowing no sex in the future. What? You got to call up, Willie. So it sounds like you're saying you would set up a joint to hook up or whatever, right? Well, my thing is this: if you're just wanting to hook up, you don't necessarily need to go out on a date to get a drink. Now, if you do want to get a drink and then hook up after, right? Like I said earlier, you can make that happen. But if she comes through and you notice that she's on some attention whore shit, then just end the date and be like, listen, I'm about to wrap this up. So if you ain't trying to come through, I'm gonna go. And if you want to make something happen, hit me up when you're ready to make it happen. That's it. That's it. Hold on, let me see. So then he said, where do you get those arcade joints? Oh yeah, that's this right here. So this is the fucking those arcade. So that's it's what you call it, arcade1up.com. So you get those over there. They're not even paying me to say this, but Arcade 1Up, that's the Street Fighter one, and then that's the Mortal Kombat one right there. You know what I'm saying? And this shit took me, this first one though, the Street Fighter one, because that's the first time you got to build these shits. So I'm a slow nigga with this shit. This shit took me 8 hours to put together. The second one took me like 4 hours because the second one I knew what I was doing because I did the first one. But yeah, the second one took me like 4 hours to put together. That shit was a headache. The first one was like, what the fuck? But yeah, you got it. They come in, you got to put them. All you need is a screwdriver, and then you put everything together. They give you the instructions to put everything together, and then you can make that shit happen. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that shit was a fucking headache. I was like, oh my god, it's like Jesus Christ. But yeah, I like that. That's like a childhood thing of mine. I love Street Fighter. I used to be up in the fucking. There was a pizza store near my area. For those in Brooklyn, it used to be on Utica Avenue. I used to go to this pizza store and play the fucking Street Fighter all fucking day. Like I used to go there with a lot of quarters and shit. Niggas used to be crowding around the fucking Street Fighter game and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I used to get, fuck with them joints. So I was like, let me get some of those joints and get that shit cracking. So this one says, how to change the negative way of thinking and replace it with positive / beneficial ways of thinking. What is the thing? Don't really see. Okay, I don't want to get too deep into this shit, but I'll just say this, right? understand that negative thinking is necessary. And what I mean by that is this, is without negative thinking, you cannot have positive thinking. You understand? Which means that in order for you to even understand positive thinking or to think positive or understand the concept of positive thinking, negative thinking needs to exist. Or to say, or you could say negativity is needed for positivity to exist and vice versa. You understand what I'm saying? So what I would say is that, you know, you can let the negative thoughts flow through you and let the positive thoughts flow through you, but don't take any of it too personally. See, a lot of spiritual teachers talk about this where, you know, like, don't identify too much with the thoughts in your head. You understand? Let the thoughts just be what it is, but you don't have to identify with the thoughts. Because when you start to identify with the thoughts, you start to think you're the thoughts. And then this is where a lot of suffering and all that other crazy shit happens, because you're identifying with all these thoughts that just pop up. Because a lot of times thoughts just pop up. See, a lot of times in, like, what you got to understand is this, right? Things are happening. And some things that are happening are not in your control. Like, a lot of times your thoughts are not even in your control. You understand? Like, even like, for example, sleep. Sleep is not in your control. Even though you think because you go to bed, you control sleep. You don't control sleep. This is why I try to tell y'all, control is an illusion. You do not control sleep. Try to not sleep for 3 days. I dare you. I dare you to try to not sleep. You know how you know you don't control sleep? You ever be in them situations where you're so tired, you don't realize you fell asleep till you woke up? Like, you might be watching Netflix or some shit, and you tired, but you want to finish watching the show, and then you doze off, don't even realize you dozed off until you woke back up. You don't control sleep. Sleep happens to you. You understand? So you just got to understand that shit, man. So it says, how can I change the negative way? Oh, you already did that one. It says, what's a good second date? Had drinks already, not ready to invite her over. Esco, you got to call up. So if you don't want a chick to come over, but you want to go on another date, let's say you did drinks. Think of something else you like to do, but that's low key, right? You might want to go get ice cream or some shit. You might want to take a walk in the park, go to the museum, do something low key. But, you know, I don't understand why you want to keep going on all these dates, but, you know, that's you. You got to do you, bro. So, Lakari, does it mean there's just wasn't high interest if you meet a girl in person and it seems as if she has interest but is hesitant to meet up in person again? Yeah, that means there's no high interest there. See, there could have been high interest at first, but then her interest declined. See, just because a woman has high interest in you doesn't mean her interest will stay high interest the whole time. A woman's interest in you can decrease. Just like a woman's interest in you can increase in certain situations. You understand? But yeah, a woman could have high interest in you and you do something or say something that makes her not interested in you as much as she thought she was. You said, I just got business cards and want to know how I can make use of them. I mean, give them to people you want to do business with. Are you talking about like hollering at chicks? If you holler at chicks, just give them your business card, tell them when to call you. You said, how do you get over your fear of going out alone? Go out alone. You feel what I'm saying? That's how you get over your fear. You got to do it. You got to just do it.
Do it!
That's it.
Just do it!
You just do it. So a lot of the fear is coming from the unknown. A lot of the fear is because, since you fear going out, right? You have to go out to get over the fear. But a lot of the fear comes from not knowing what's going to happen when you go out. So just go out. You'll be fine. I promise you. You'll be all right. I actually like going out alone in a lot of cases. Like a lot of times I would go out by myself to the city, go to bars, events, whatever, meet women. This shit is the best. You said, how do you keep her highly interested? Usually it's consistency. So a lot of times what makes a woman's high interest dwindle is you being inconsistent. So let's say, for example, you were this confident guy who approached her, talked to her, you're making shit pop, you seeing what's going on with her, right? And then let's say you hook up with her, right? Then after you hook up with her, right? Let's say she didn't call you for 2 days. And then you start texting her, hey, what's up? And then she didn't respond for whatever reason. Then you double texting her, triple texting her. Now she's like, okay, this guy's needy as fuck. I thought he was a confident motherfucker. When I first met him, he was confident, everything was cool. Now he's acting like a needy little bitch. So now you're being inconsistent. You feel what I'm saying? You're being inconsistent. So guys, if you want to call up. We got another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I'm gonna wrap it up. You said I missed Zay's question. Where's Zay's question? I don't see Zay's question. Send it again. I didn't see the question. But guys, remember, make sure that you get tickets to the Game Kings 2 seminar. Hold on, I think this is Moses. What's popping, bro? Moses, what's good? What's going on with you? What's good with you? What's going on?
Hold on. It's something. Hold on now.
Come on, Moses.
Come on, Moses.
What happened?
I bet. Now I hear you better. All right, I donated. How you doing?
Appreciate the donation, bro.
All right. Listen. Let me tell you. The reason it's just real simple. The reason why a lot of I was one of those guys too. But here's the thing. The reason why guys don't mind being women's play use, or however you want to say it, or used by, or you want to be played by women, is because what started off is they approach a woman who they like who's like pretty much a dime, who's like a hot girl, who's like a 9 or a 10 to them, and they like that girl. But what happened is they didn't realize the women don't have no interest in them. Right. So what they do is that they figure out, okay, they want to be a woman's placeholder or a woman's play toy, or however you want to say it, because of the simple fact is they figure that that's what you got to do to get a woman to like them. Excuse me, to get a woman to like them, in situations like that. So, I just wanted to say that, man. But then the second thing is to not get yourself in that situation. You just got to be direct.
Right.
You understand? Lead a woman, flirt. You understand? Lead a woman, flirt, and be direct. And then there's no way this can happen. Now, if you ain't doing that, then yes, it will happen. So, I just wanted to say that.
Right.
Thanks for taking my call.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, brother. All right. So, hold on. I see Zay's question. He said, I'm on a membership and I'm having trouble incorporating all the game at once. When talking to women, would you advise watching all the videos over and over till it sticks? Exactly. That's the point. Yes, absolutely. See, let me explain something to you guys. I don't expect you guys to join the membership. You know what I'm saying? And there's a bunch of videos on there, so you're not gonna be able to watch them all like that quickly and retain the information, right? This is why it's monthly, so I add new stuff on it. But you have access to it, so you can go back to different things. So what it is you want to learn the things that you're gonna learn, right? But implement it at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So still go out there and put in the work. You see what I'm saying? So don't sit there and try to just watch the shit and don't do anything, right? You want to watch the stuff, take in the information, go out there and do stuff, and then keep watching it over and over again until it sinks in. But Monogamous Player, what's going on, fam? What's good?
Yes, sir. What's up, Mr. Carter? You already know that I donated. I'm kind of late to the show, but just based off what people.
So what's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm a little late. I'm very late to the show, actually. I'm going to rewatch it when I get home. But just from the last 10 minutes of me watching this, what you've been saying, and basically what Moses also said, too, I also co-sign what Moses said. See, a lot of young men make this type of mistake, right? And I can understand being young and making this mistake because I made the same mistake, too, right? But it comes to an age and it comes to the point of development to where you shouldn't make this mistake no more, right?
Right.
But a lot of young guys, they make a mistake of liking a woman, but guys don't realize this, right? You can like a woman, but the like for her can either not have value or have value.
Right.
A lot of times, young guys, they like women, but they just like women just because, oh, I really like her because she looks good and she's my type or whatever, right? But none of that shit means shit in the grand scheme of things, right?
Right.
Versus you, when you have more experience, oh, I like this girl. Yeah, she's my type. And yes, she's beautiful, but also she does this for me, or she helped me do this, she helped me do that. So in a way, she has added value to my life.
Right.
So that's what I like, the value that's added, right? But another thing I want to say is, Mr. Carter, the reason why a lot of guys get played is because I'm in a monogamous relationship, right? But I feel like that's the only time you should only talk to one woman.
Right.
Or deal with one woman at a time. If you're not in a monogamous relationship, right, there's no reason for you to deal with one woman at a time.
Exactly. That's a fact.
Like, I don't see the reason for that. Like, you should mess with multiple women, right? But a lot of guys, they mess with women that's gonna hang them to dry, right? And that's gonna use them for attention and all that, just because they really like them, but they don't realize. So I'm gonna be honest, Mr. Carter, a lot of girls that I like from the past, right, that I gave a lot of pedestalization and I gave them a lot of credit for no reason. Now when I look back and I try to think about what I like them for, I can't even find a real reason why I really like them.
Right.
Other than me pedestalizing them in the moment, you know what I'm saying, or whatever I was thinking in the moment, right?
Right.
But a lot of guys do that, right? But when you mess with multiple women, right, and even the women that's on point, they take up time too. Guys don't realize that women on point take up time too, right? So if you mess with multiple women and you mess with women that are on point, right, you're not going to have time for women that's going to mess over your time.
Right.
You're only going to have enough time to deal with women that's going to cooperate. And even then, your time is limited because it's only 24 hours in a day, and it's so much that you got to do as a man to maintain what you got going on, right?
Exactly.
So it's a limited time to mess with women, but while you got that limited time, right, or the limited of availability, even though the availability is widespread, it should be widespread in you dealing with multiple women so you can get the best experiences out of life. And the caveat to messing with multiple women is you're going to get to learn more.
Right.
Like leading up to my girlfriend, Mr. Lucario, what helped me in the relationship with my girlfriend was the women that led me up to her while I had a vetting process. Because while I'm dating them, I'm learning things as I go. Right. So by the time I get to the relationship, now I'm ready for that. You see what I'm saying? Versus me, I'm wasting my time with one chick that was going to waste all my time. And then I get into a relationship. Now I'm bumping my head because I haven't sharpened my iron.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or I haven't developed myself. So what I'm trying to say is, guys, unless you're in a monogamous relationship, there's no reason for you to only talk to one girl or only focus on one girl. And with me saying that, there's no way for a girl to waste your time because you should be dealing with women that's not going to waste your time.
Real shit.
You see what I'm saying? Shit. So that's all I want to say, Mr. Carter. Thank you for the opportunity.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate your call, brother. All right. So I'm about to kill the phone lines in a second, and I'm going to answer some of these questions, and then we're going to wrap this up. Oh, remember, guys, make sure you get these shirts. You can get these shirts, Submissive Women is Sexy, from thebadboystyle.com, thebadboystyle.com. So you can get a lot of these shirts. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys check that out. You feel me? Let me get to some of these questions real quick. Let me get to some of these questions, and then we're going to wrap this shit up. Hold on, where was he at? You said, will there be a live stream recording of the seminar? Yes. So this is the thing. If you guys can't make the seminar, there's going to be a live stream link, but you got to pay for that too. So it's not going to be just on YouTube. It's going to be a link that you get once you purchase the the live stream link. You feel what I'm saying? So if you can't make it to New York, you can get the live stream link. But definitely get the tickets if you can come to New York because you'll be there live. But if you can't, you know what I'm saying, there'll be the link to do the live stream joint. Says Lucar, do you recommend letting women invest money on the first date? What do you mean invest money on the first? If you're talking about them paying for shit, absolutely, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if the chick is like, oh yeah, I'll get this round or whatever, let her do it. Or there's times where I tell a chick, hey, listen, I'm gonna get the first round, you get the second. Right now, there are times where women will pay because they're not interested in you, meaning that you're on a date, she realizes that she's not really interested in you, so she'll pay for the drink or whatever the fuck is going on. Still, let her do it. You understand what I'm saying? Either way. You said a while back there were movies with heavy game you wanted to list out for us. Is it still on the way? I have a video called shit. What is that shit called? I know I did a video. Let me see right now. I'm gonna try to find it on YouTube. Something because I know I did. Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's titled 10 movies that'll teach you game. Just type in 10 movies that'll teach you game and put in my name and you'll find it. I did it like 2 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So, you guys can check that out. It's right on YouTube right now. You know what I'm saying? You probably can't see it on this thing, but it's the top fucking video right here. It's all blurry. I ain't gonna be able to see this shit. But yeah, it says 10 movies that'll teach you game. And then you can, check that out. It's on YouTube right now. So yeah, if you want to check that out. So guys, listen, remember, make sure, right? Oh yeah, and April put up the badboystyle.com. That is where you get these shirts right here. So hold on, let me pull out the shirts and so this one right here. Let me put on the other camera. Hold on. It's the other camera. So you guys can see that right there. It's the shirts. Submissive women are sexy. You guys can go to badboystyle.com, thebadboystyle.com, get these shirts. You feel what I'm saying? So you can get this shit cracking. You feel me? And and you can work out so you can get the guns like this. You feel what I'm saying? So you can get this shit cracking. So the shirts could look even better on you. Shout out to my dude Ron Wills. He talks about the body game. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you get that shit cracking. So you can get the shirts there. You said, will the live stream be on Patreon? So what we'll do is when the seminar is done, we're probably going to put the seminar on the Bad Boy membership, or it might be on Patreon. We'll see what we're going to do. You feel what I'm saying? But you'll be able to make that shit happen. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, now you guys want to ask all these questions and shit. It says, when should we spend money on women? Well, this is the thing. Don't look at it as you spending money on women. Look at it as you doing what you want to do. You want to change the way you look at shit. So you don't want it to be, well, I'm spending money on her, right? It's I'm going to the bar. You're accompanying me to the bar, and I'm spending this shit because this is what I would be doing regardless. You feel what I'm saying? And you're my guest, so therefore I'm going to treat you. You see what I'm saying? But you don't want to get it into their mind that you spend money on women, because then you're going to have that trick mentality of I'm spending money for them. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you make that shit happen. So this says, when should we spend? Oh yeah, you said when should we spend money on women? So basically, if again, stop the language of spending money on women. You take women with you to do what you do, and then you spend your money on you, and she's there, so she's your guest. So what happens is that she's accompanying you to that situation. See, how you frame things is important, because if you say I spend money on women, then you're telling yourself you're using money for them. You understand? And you don't want to have a trick mentality. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Because you can deal with women and spend no money, or you can deal with women and spend money. But the thing is that you spending money is a decision you're making based off of what you choose to do in your situation. You understand that? What else? Let me see. Money, looks, and game. Which of the three is number one, and so on? Oh, I gotta hit the bruh. Game, money, and looks, and any other thing you talk about falls under game. So you can't separate money, looks, and game. See, this is when I know that you don't have a full understanding of game. You understand? That's like you saying push-ups, jumping jacks, or working out. What? It's like, bro, what are we talking about? You understand? But guys, I'm about to wrap this up because I gotta head out. Me and April gotta go get some dinner and stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Remember, make sure that you guys go and get the tickets to the motherfucking Game Kings 2 seminar. Myself, Taekwondo, Rom Wills, Kay Zagan, and Miles Cunningham will be in the building. Also, April is leaving the links to the live stream tickets. So if you want to get the tickets to the live version of it, you can get that. But make sure if you are in New York or you can get to New York, I highly, 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 highly suggest that you guys get the in-person tickets. You understand? Make sure you guys also go on the Masculine Identity membership, and also make sure you guys go on the Bad Boy membership, because remember, the price is going up for both of those at the end of this month. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys check that out. And remember, on the Bad Boy membership, we have 21 boyfriend energy behaviors that make women wait to have sex with you. Also on the Bad Boy membership, 7 ways to be an effective leader in your relationships. Also on the Bad Boy membership, 10 essential principles to transform your dating life. Also on the Bad Boy membership, how to get your girl to give 100% cooperation throughout the entire relationship. Also on the Bad Boy membership, how to have a tight mouthpiece. Also on the Bad Boy membership, 8 ways to test a woman's sexual interest in you. Also on the Bad Boy membership, she's a waste of time, how to identify the 7 types of attention whores you will encounter in the dating game. And make sure that you guys get on the Bad Boy membership so you do not be a goofy, okay? Don't be a goofy, all right? So make sure you get on the Bad Boy membership. Also on the Bad Boy membership, same day late, how to sleep with her on the first day y'all meet. Also on the Bad Boy membership, 10 behavioral traits that let women know you're an alpha male. Also on the Bad Boy membership, 10 false beliefs that are fucking up your game and how to fix them. Also on the Bad Boy membership, how to increase your sex appeal. Make sure you guys go get that. Also on the Bad Boy membership, how to tell a woman exactly what you want and get it. Also on the Bad Boy membership, how to send messages that'll get you laid on online dating apps. Also on the Bad Boy membership, you can get how to take pictures that'll get you laid on online dating sites. Also on the Bad Boy membership, advanced online game, the most efficient way to get women to meet you in person. Also on the Bad Boy membership, how to get girls from the club back to your place, and much more. Okay, there's over like 100 programs on the membership right now. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys go check out the Bad Boy membership, get that shit cracking. All right, man. So listen, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate everybody in the chat. You feel what I'm saying? And make sure that you guys get tickets to the seminar, and I will holler at y'all later. And remember, guys, remember the truth is inside you, and we about to be out of here. Peace. I'm gone.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're going to have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
there can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.